Hello everyone, welcome back to Hamburg in North Germany. It is perfect fall conditions at the moment, and this video is all about the future of fake photography. It all starts right now. Let's go. All right, and welcome to a perfect fall scene here in North Germany. This is Palm Alley, which is one of the streets here in Hamburg near the Elbe River, and we just got an awesome autumn scene. So you got a tunnel of leaves as far as we can see, and perfect colors and conditions to create a base image for what I'm trying to do in this video. So what I want to do is get this shot here now, take it back into the computer, and see if we can play around with Photoshop Beta and the new Nano Banana AI sort of generative fill. So with this one, I've got the Sony a7R5, the 70-200 to get this base image at really high quality, looking super sharp, really good colors, and take that into the computer and see what we can do. Yes guys, and welcome back indoors. This is my apartment here in Hamburg, and I've got a couple of screen recordings going for this tutorial. So the first one is right here on the webcam. This is from my laptop, and then the second screen recording is on the desktop monitor that I use for editing photos and video. So let's jump right into Lightroom Classic. This is where I've uploaded the photos from this morning. First things first, let's clean up this image in Lightroom. So if I want to zoom in, you could use the generative AI masking here to remove anything. But what I'm going to do right now actually is to just use the heel brush, because I think it'll do a really good job getting rid of that stick, which it has. But let's try the generative AI to remove some of this stuff in the back. So these are all distractions I want to get rid of. So what I can do is just select them with the mouse here. Let's see, get that one, get rid of the garbage cans, and then click remove. So this takes about a minute. I think with Lightroom, it does a pretty good job. It gives you 3 different variations for each mask that you want to use. And I find that, yeah, quite often does a pretty good job right away. So you can see the first one here, that's variation number 1. If I click through it just to take a look, I actually like variation number 2, I think a bit better. Yeah, that looks fine. This first one looks pretty good for where it is. Again, actually, number 2 again is not bad. That one's not bad either. So you can see here, you know, all of them aren't really that bad at all. And this one did a really good job with the garbage can. So we'll just leave that as is. Click out of that, and you can see that it's removed those distractions really quickly. So what you want to do here now is right click on your image and go up to Edit In. And you should have the option to edit in Adobe Photoshop. Now that might not say Beta beside it. It might just be Photoshop. If that's the case, you can option to edit in another application and then choose Adobe Photoshop Beta. So by opening up Adobe Photoshop Beta, it should just open up this image automatically with our Lightroom adjustments included, which it has done. So now this is where it starts to get a bit fun, because I think that the future of sort of fake photography is going to be utilizing, you know, a base image or some parts of an image to create a different image that, you know, normally would take forever, or you'd have to hire models or whatever. And in this case, we're going to play around with that. Now, I want to use the main central part of this image as where our subjects will be. So what we could try first is, what do I got here? This is the selection brush. So the selection brush tool, at 1200, that's probably fine. I mean, it's pretty big, but hardness maybe down to 60 to give it a little bit of feather. And let's say that we're going to put a subject right here in the middle. And this is where the Gemini kicks in. So you want to choose Generative Fill, and let's say it is a bike rider crossing the middle of the path, red bike, perfectly sharp, no motion blur. Let's say rider wearing a helmet. So I've noticed here, this is the sort of important part for this one. If you have the newest updated version of Photoshop Beta, you should have the option to choose Gemini 2.5 or Nano Banana. And this is much better than Firefly. I haven't played much with the FLUX Kontext, so I'm not going to really touch on that one. Let me know in the comments, though, if that's actually better. But let's play with Gemini right now, because this, I think, is going to be kind of the most realistic version of what Google especially is pushing for the future of fake photography. So we're going to use this one and essentially generate that. Now, I've noticed it gives you a couple tips up here, and the more you get good at prompting, the better your results are going to be. So the more descriptive you can be, you can get like super descriptive camera angles, lighting, verbs, action words, things that kind of give the AI a better idea of exactly what it is you're trying to do. This takes about a minute, and that's our first shot, which is pretty good, I must say. The scale is like a little bit off, but it's not that bad. And if I wanted to change the scale, I actually could by simply making sure that this is selected. Control T allows me to transform it. And yeah, I can make him a little bit bigger there in the middle. Make sure the trees are kind of lined up in the background. Something like that. That looks all right. Yeah, that's really not bad. And funny enough, I can even delete a bit of the background mask here. If I go to my brush tool by pressing B as the shortcut, select the mask, and then I can actually brush out the portions of the mask that I don't want. So like around him especially, to bring that background back. It's done a pretty good job though, I must say. Just don't want to get right onto him. Okay, that's a pretty good example for the first shot. Now you can zoom in and get a lot more detailed on this, but that's actually really not bad. So let's go ahead and just turn that off so you can't see it. Go back to our main background and try something else. So I want to go back to my brush, selection brush tool. Again, I want something in the middle here of our scene, and do a classic fall scene of kids playing in the middle of the trees, the middle of the, what'd you call this, path, with a soccer ball and playing with a pile of leaves, having fun and laughing in, let's say, autumn weather gear. What, attire? I don't know. Attire. Let's try that one. All right, so we'll go ahead and make sure Gemini is selected again and generate. One thing I have noticed is that it only generates one variation at the moment, whereas in Lightroom with your built-in generative AI, you get 3 variations. So I expect eventually there'll probably be more options, but from what I've learned in the last sort of week or two, what the program is doing, it just came up as I was talking to you, is actually sending the image and the information to its servers and then sending it back. So you do have to be connected to the internet to do this. And funny enough, that's not bad. I think all 3 of the girls kind of look the same. If you zoom in, you can really start to see that it's like, it's not that great. Yeah, these 2 kids, look at their faces. That looks pretty bad, to be honest. Jesus. But if you zoom out, back to fit the screen, then you can kind of see that it's okay. But I think you could definitely do a better job than that. And compared to the bike is much, much better than those kids. So that's a good example of it not being very good. Let's try something a little bit harder. Not being good right now. So we'll do a bit bigger of a mask here right in the middle. And I want to do a main subject. So what I saw when I was making this, this photo this morning would be like a woman in a red trench coat, walking a dog, something like that, where you have or even like a product shoot. But let's try a woman in red trench coat walking a dog close to the frame and looking at the lens. Let's see how that does. I mean, the possibilities are absolutely endless. That's, I think, what makes it really interesting for the future of advertising and marketing. You know, and once this gets into video, that's where it really gets dangerous, in my opinion. But the possibilities of just doing whatever you want are kind of crazy. I think I'm going to try something nearing the end of this video that you'll see as well. It's a little bit different, but let's see how it does here with the woman and the dog. Okay, that's not bad. They look a little bit warped, but let's see if I can change it with a transform, make them maybe like a little bit more normal, something like that. And then try and line up the trees in the background. It's looking good on the left side, but not really on the right side. Let's see if I can bring her out a little bit more like this. Okay, that's looking a little bit better, but she's definitely pixelated and looking a bit fake. So the sharpness and the quality is definitely not there. I mean, look at the difference in the trees in the background here in her face. Now, I know you can upscale in Photoshop, so that's probably you know, an option when you get really detailed into the post-processing and the touch-ups. You can get really detailed, I'm sure, and there are like Photoshop professionals that'll be much better at this than I am. But just a couple of examples for you. I think the woman here in the red trench coat walking the dog is pretty good, and then the bike as well. The bike is definitely really good. That looks great. So let's try something a little bit fun here. You can select the entire image by just like Control A, and then also Generative Fill, and say something like same scene, but in the middle of winter during a snowstorm with kids making a snowman in the middle of the pass. Let's see how that does. And I think from what I've seen online, it's really good at generating like a totally different thing, utilizing the same base image. So I'm curious to see how this is going to look going from fall to winter, because we have such a classic fall scene here. Yeah, come on, that looks amazing. That looks absolutely incredible. Fucking hell. Wow. Yeah, the sharpness is not there. It's very soft. You can see right there. But I mean, what a cool scene. Even the cars in the side, if you got good at sharpening and upscaling this, it would definitely look like a normal photo. That is so cool. There's a few imperfections that I could see, but honestly, that looks really good. That is very impressive. What a cool example of how Gemini built into Photoshop Beta can really make a huge difference in your editing. And yeah, it shows me that I need to just get better at prompting and keep playing around with this stuff and seeing what the results are. So pretty happy with this final result of the winter scene. And let me know what you think in the comments.